know.
Did you see? These past few months have really sucked.
What are you doing?
Olivia, you okay? Olivia.
100%.
I know you and Jane were very close. I'm sure this year has been incredibly difficult for you.
Hello, Sabrina. Good afternoon. Jeff in Las Vegas.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much for joining me today to talk about Jane.
Thank you for having me. I like your background.
Well, thank you very much. Had to do a junket style for you today.
Great.
Can you set the film up for us? First of all, I just want to say what a powerful film. And one of my favorite genres is the coming of age film. And this is pretty unique. So I was really taken aback by it because I was expecting some of the same old tropes that we would see in coming of age films. And this was pretty special. So could you set up the film for us?
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's a psychological thriller about a young woman who's very goal-oriented, very success-driven. And when she gets deferred from her dream college, she has a series of panic attacks. And so she and a friend basically embark on a social media fueled rampage to kind of attack the people that she perceives as standing in the way of her success. However, over time, she begins to see a physical manifestation of the profile. And we realize it's actually her alter ego forcing her to embrace her inner dark side to get ahead.
And also it centers around mental health too.
Completely.
Yeah.
It's not mental health, it's about anxiety. She's suffering from grief. She's suffering from panic attacks. It's really about the pressure that young people put on themselves and the internal pressure that is so compounded by the college admissions process, by coming of age in a time with social media, the internet and all that.
I can't imagine, I'm Generation X. So I can't imagine being a teenager in the age of social media. Just watching this movie, I mean, I had trouble, all the coming of age, pains that we all had, but to have technology kind of just amplify that, how do kids just cope with that?
I don't know. I mean, it worries me. I grew up, I'm a millennial. So I grew up with social media, but not in the way that this generation has it. And I think that's what struck me so much is in high school, I could see it taking hold. And, by that point, you're more aware than if you started younger, It's so in high school, I saw the way people interacted. I saw some horrible cyberbullying happen. I went to a small little girls' school similar to the one in the movie. And, people can be really mean at that age because they're insecure and they're lashing out and they have this tool that they don't really know how to use. So that was really something I wanted to explore.
And especially now they have studies where if they don't have their phone or don't have social media, the depression that happens. I mean, I went to work the other day. I forgot my phone for the day. I was annoyed, but I didn't think twice about it. But some people would just absolutely have a panic attack or go crazy.
Totally. There was a New York Times study that actually I read when I was writing the script about it was a blind test study, and they took people into the room, hooked them up to like a brainwave thing, allowed them to just scroll on their phone, hang out, and then suddenly without warning took their phone away. And in their brain patterns, it triggered the same pattern as the loss of a loved one.
No kidding.
Which is crazy.
That's intense. Gosh, how did I ever get through my childhood where I would call somebody on a regular phone? If they weren't home, I would just try again later or leave a message.
That's kind of nice.
Olivia is the central character at this story. Tell me about finding the right actress for the role.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I think Madeline is completely perfect and totally hit the ball out of the park with it. But it was a tough part to find the right person for because, as you know, Olivia goes on such a journey. So I needed someone who you believe is that really type A, intense person, but who also can totally unravel, who can be in every single scene. There's only the first shot is the only one she's not in the whole movie. And someone who can really carry that presence the whole way, but who you also believe as a more like fragile, unhinged person. So I met with a number of people, and then I met with Madeline, and we ended up having a 2-hour Zoom conversation about the script, and she really connected with it. And she did a great job.
Well, Jane is going to start conversations as well. Art can entertain as well as educate. Are you excited about that prospect as a director and a writer?
Completely. I think, yes, I want to entertain, but I want people to talk about it and yes, talk about the film, but it's been really cool to hear the way people have opened up about anxiety and mental health after watching it. And obviously this movie is not like a message movie, but I think because it has that genre kind of removed quality, it actually is sometimes easier for people to say, oh, I can relate to these parts because it doesn't feel too real or too serious. So it's been really special to hear people share how they have panic attacks or how they felt at that age and stuff like that.
Yeah, because when I went to college, I remember taking a class, psychology and film, and they just had all different types of films that reflected in psychology. So I thought, wow, this would be a great addition to that because it's so current, it's like
Yeah.
what kids are going through. So this is your first feature film. I know you come from the world of short films. So I always love to ask short filmmakers for their first feature, what was your first shot on the first day and what was your last shot on the last day?
Yes, our first shot on the first day was outside of our high school. It's when Madeline's character, Olivia, is walking into school and she sees the Mrs. West character leaving with her box after she's been fired. So it's very simple shot, but it's her walking, stopping, staring at the teacher and continuing on with like a pep in her step. Yeah, it was a great just one to start with. Albuquerque too, we had to plan our days around the sun a lot. The sun gets very harsh and aggressive there, so we moved inside for around noon. And then the last shot was the conversation between Izzy and Olivia by the pool at the party, one of the more emotional scenes, and that was the last one we did in the whole film.
Well, Sabrina, congratulations on your first feature film. You're off to a great start, and I appreciate your time today. And let's talk again soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.